Hi everyone, I'm Jonah, and today I'll be closing my pool for the winter. So pool weather is now over in Canada. We are now in the end of September. My daughter has gone back to school and the weather has now gotten colder. So it's time for me now to close my pool. So let's get started. Vacuum the pool. So the first thing I do is vacuum my pool. I like to keep it clean and crystal clear. So when I open up in the summer, it looks exactly the same as I left it. Next, I drain the pool below the jet line. So I turn off my skimmer and open up my drain. So here's my skimmer inlet and my drain inlet. And here's my drain at the deep end of my pool. If your pool does not have a drain, then you'll have to do it through your skimmer. But you can only drain to the level of your skimmer window. Then you have to use a portable pump to drain the rest below your jets. Now I turn my sand filter dial into waste position. Then I turn on my pump. Now I just keep an eye on the water level until it reaches 5 to 6 inches below my jet. Notice the water is now at the bottom of my skimmer window. We're just about there now. So now I turn on to filter position. So if you don't have a drain, you can skip this part. Then I turn on the pump. Then I put in 1 jug of chlorine in front of the jet, since this will circulate the chlorine faster around the pool. Like I said, if you don't have a drain, just pour the chlorine around your pool. I'll wait about 15 minutes for the chlorine to circulate. Now it's time for Algaecide. Then I'll pour in up to 8 liters of Algaecide in front of the jets. And notice all the bubbles it creates. That's normal.
Hey, we can have a bubble bath now.
A little comedy from my brother Larnie, my cameraman. Then I'll pour the rest around the pool. I let it circulate for about 15 minutes. Install lock-in winter cover. Then we ready the winter cover. It's quite heavy, so we're gonna need some muscles for this. My other brother Len and my friend Paul is giving me a hand.
As you can see, you have the United Nations doing some work here.
A little comedy from my brother Gerald. We carefully spread the winter cover over the pool. Starting from the corner, I lock in my winter cover. So this type of winter cover has a lock-in system. At the back, it has this little groove that hooks into the channel or track of the coping. This must be a Canadian-made product because I've not seen this system in the States.
Let me just do one in my corner first. All right, once
I install liner locks between the winter cover and the channel. This ensures a tight fit so my winter cover doesn't slip off during winter. I put them at every corner and about every 5 to 7 feet. You can buy these liner lock, or also called bead lock, at your local pool store or at Amazon. Also notice I use a rubber mallet so you don't crack or break your coping. So I start back from my original corner and work my way back to the stairs. Then I throw in underneath my pool liner 2 or 3 of these empty jugs. These are supposed to help with the contracting and thawing of the ice. It's supposed to prevent damage to your liner by absorbing the expansion of the ice. I don't know if it works 100%, but I've been doing it for almost 20 years, and I do it just in case. Now I install the cover for the stairs. And lock in the winter cover to its designated channels or track. Then I place some extra weights on the cover so it doesn't get blown away during the winter season. And the little gaps between each side will be duct taped. Then I remove the eyeballs from my jet. So now that I'm finished with my winter cover, we're halfway done. I still have to blow out my lines. Just to let you know, it won't be for at least another 2 weeks before I blow out the lines. Most people will do it on the same day, but I usually take my time. Blowing out the lines 2 weeks later. So the first thing I do is drain out the water from my pump. Then I undo the 2 plugs, one from the front and the other one on the side. I like to catch the water so I don't make a mess in the pump house. Take your plug and put it off to the side. Then I'll undo the second plug on the side. Then I'll vacuum the standing water inside the pump. And install both the plugs back. Then lock my cover plate. Then I undo my sand filter drain. And I have my hose ready to catch the water, so I don't make a mess in the pump house.
Can you tell I'm a little anal about making a mess in the pump house?
And I let it drain outside for about 10-15 minutes. When it's fully drained, I put my cap back. Now I remove my skimmer basket. Then I shot vac the standing water. Dump out my dirty water. Then I make sure we're still in filter position before I do my next step. Now I also turn from my drain position to skimmer position before I blow the lines. Then I switch my shop vac into the blower position. Notice at the end of my shop vac, I have a yellow rubber tape to make a better seal on the next step. I have 2.5 horsepower in my shop vac, perfect for blowing out the lines. Then I insert the shop vac into my skimmer hole. Now we're blowing air into the hole and now blowing out the lines. Now I look at my jet. Notice the water being blown out. So just to let you know, I only use one jet to run my pool. 2 years ago, I had a leak and I had to shut off the other side of my jet. But that's another DIY project I still have to edit. So because you have 2 jets on your pool, I would first plug the other jet, forcing the air to push out water through this jet, and then vice versa. So I do this for about 15 to 20 minutes, just to make sure this line is empty of water. So after about 20 minutes, the water is now blown off the line. So at this time, I would plug this jet and do the same process with the other line, or the other jet. As you can see, the line is totally empty of water. Now I can turn off my shop vac. Then I plug my jet. Like I said before, for your second jet, you can plug this line and blow off your second jet. Installing the gizmo and plumbing antifreeze. I pour in about 1/3 of my jug into the skimmer hole. Remember to only use plumbing antifreeze. Notice the Teflon tape on my gizmo. Install the gizmo into your skimmer hole. Now I pour in about another third of the jug into the skimmer. Now I'll close everything up. And I put a small duct tape on the cover plate hole. Then I covered my skimmer with a vinyl bristle board. And I put a dragon statue on top of it so it doesn't get blown away. Now I hang a pool noodle over the edge into the pool. So the reason I do this is because sometimes field mice will fall into the pool and they can't get out, so they'll chew on your winter cover and causing a lot of damage. So this is just a little bridge for them to escape. Then I put my filter dial to winter position. Then I put my basket back into the filter and my 2 plugs in the basket so I won't lose them. And I put my cover back. Then I'll take off the cap from my sand filter and leave my container there to catch the excess dripping water. I'll leave it there for about 3 days and then I'll put the cap back on. In the meantime, I'll leave the cap in the container so I don't lose it. So we're finally done. It's that easy. So if you liked my video and found it helpful, give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you always get my latest videos. And thanks for watching.